Puro Base. What's up, y'all? This is live with J112. Uno doce. What's up, Uncle Dave? Today's my live with J112. Normally, my live with J's, I talk about political things, about things that are going on in the world, news, and things that are going on the YouTube yarda. And man, there's a lot going on in the world right now. So we'll start with the first order of news. See if more people get on. More bad news in the war front. You know what I mean? More. Looks like another new war is brewing, and one that can be scary. I don't know if you guys heard the news, but yeah, I guess I'll get started with it. So looks like some of you are like, why are you talking about that? That's another part of the world, but it's something that people should be aware of. You know what I mean? But it looks like India attacked a region of Pakistan, and I think they even bombed some areas close to the capital of Pakistan, and that's not good. And the reason it's not good is because India and Pakistan are both nuclear nations. They're both weapons that have nuclear power, and you know, anytime you have a situation where a war could break off between two nuclear powers, I don't think that's going to be good. I don't think that's going to be good for anybody. And some might say, well, that's between India and Pakistan, and that is true. You know, they're going to feel the brunt of it because they're fighting each other. But before you start saying, well, what does that have to do with this? It has a lot to do with this because they're both nuclear nations, and even though I don't think they'll start throwing nuclear weapons at each other anytime soon. I don't think any country's crazy enough to do that. It could become uh, a military situation where Pakistan and India are fighting, and guess what's going to happen? Knowing there's two nuclear nations going at war, you already know the U.S. is going to try to take a side, and Russia or China or both are going to try to take another side. And then we're going to have another situation where it's like, just like with Ukraine, where it's the U.S. versus Russia, one side taking maybe India, one side taking Pakistan. Which side that will be, I'm not sure. And I think it was Obama that said some years back uh, that one of the things that keeps him up at night, I guess when he was president, was India and Pakistan going to war. I think that was one of the things he feared. And shit, it looks like it might happen. It looks like they're bombing each other now, and I guess from what I understand, Indians and Pakistanis are not very different racially. I think they're very similar, but I think the uh, I think the Pakistanis are for the most part Muslim, and the Indians are for the most part Hindu. But I'm just saying, like, this is something you got to be cautious of and be aware of and keep an eye out. Because these are world war situations that are developing, and that's not fucking good at all. You know what I mean? That's not good for anybody. Two nuclear nations, bro. Think about that. The word nuclear is, you know what I mean? That's not good. And that couldn't that even if just say one country threw one at another, that already opened the floodgates of another nation somewhere else saying, huh, they're throwing nuclear bombs at each other. Why can't we throw one? So yeah, that's just like, it's an unfortunate uh, situation. And yeah, you're right, Ron Garcia. They've been having this funk between India, Pakistan, Kashmir, and all that. Uh, for a long time. And I don't know. I don't want to see a world where people are throwing nuclear bombs at each other, because who's to say if someone won't get the good idea of throwing one here? And with nuclear bombs, there's no coming back from that. You need to understand that. That's the end of you, me, everybody on here, bro. You know what I mean? And if you don't survive the initial blast, uh, you'll fucking die of poisoning from nuclear fallout. And that's a scary situation. So yeah, it's just one of those situations that's developing out there in Pakistan and India as we speak. And yeah, I first heard about it this morning, and yeah, it's not good. It's just not a good situation. And yeah, I know India and Pakistan have had funk for a long time, so we'll see where it goes. Hopefully, it doesn't go somewhere horrible. You know what I mean? Even if they were just to throw bombs at each other, it still wouldn't be good. You know what I mean? Because that would be the destruction of a whole, that would be destruction of millions of people, bro, with our food. But yeah, it's just, whether you care about it or not, I'm just letting you know that the U.S. and Russia and China are probably going to get involved if it escalates. And that's not going to be fucking good. Even if it doesn't become just say a world war, it's going to become a proxy war. It's going to become more bullshit that we don't need in this world. We already have enough issues and problems in the world. And yeah, right now it looks like it's a dick measuring competition. We'll see where it goes. You feel me? But yeah, it looks like the Pakistanis and India might be at war. We don't know, or a potential of a war. So yeah, we'll see where that goes, man. And I'm not too familiar with the governments of those countries. You know what I mean? I don't know too much about their governments. The only thing I really know is that India is Hindu and Pakistan is Muslim. Two big religious differences. But outside of that, I'm not. Obviously, I've met more Indians than I have Pakistanis. Because there's a lot of Indians in the Bay Area and in California in general. But yeah, man, it's a messed up situation, and hopefully, it doesn't go somewhere just bad, man. Uh, it could lead to a real potential train wreck in the world. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, Indians are everywhere, bro. They're everywhere. But my thing is that it's gonna be more the U.S. versus Russia, the U.S. versus China, the U.S. versus somebody, and it's just it's never ending. I'm telling you. Livermore, for real? I thought Fremont was all Hindu. I know Pleasanton has a lot. Sacramento has a lot too. Most of the Bay Area and like the Central Valley has a lot of Indian people. Fremont, Milpitas, like Sunnyvale. Um, I know Sacramento has a lot. El Sobrani has a lot. There's a lot. There's some in the Central Valley too. But yeah, man. But yeah, man, that's a situation that's going on in India and in Pakistan. So be on the lookout of the news for that. I used to date an Indian girl, Uncle Dave, for many years. But yeah, it's just crazy, man. There's always some kind of new development, some kind of new war. I think the one that's scary about this one is that you have two nuclear powers fighting, because India has nuclear weapons, and so does uh, Pakistan. So yeah, man, it's not sounding good. But hopefully nothing happens. Hopefully bigger heads will prevail. You know, the Hindus are more peaceful than the crazy Muslims. Yeah, we'll see. No more call centers. Yeah, I've only met a handful of Pakistani people. Are there very many in the Bay Area? I've never met too many. I've only met a few. But yeah, that's crazy. Hey, but there's another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. So, uh, yeah, just hopefully this Pakistan India thing doesn't become a fucking train wreck that gets us involved, man. Because that's not gonna be good. You know what I mean? And the U.S. is gonna try to involve itself. We already know that too. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up to you guys, just so you guys can know that that's going on in the news right now as we speak. And we will see, I guess, in the coming days how this is going to turn out. Because, yeah, I could safely say it's a crazy situation. You know, it could spiral out of control. But yeah, man. Yeah, I changed the the thing a while ago. No, Indian is possibly. I'm sure a lot of Indians and Pakistanis date all the time. Yeah, bro, things are unpredictable under administration. Speaking of man, I love curry. Well, it's not really the Pakistani people and the Indian people. It's more their governments. You know what I mean? People get, I've met plenty of people who come from different cultures that may not like each other. There's Jews that are mixed with Arabs. So, you know what I mean? He loves. But yeah, no, I dated an Indian girl for almost 10 years. You know what I mean? Yeah, I like chicken tikka masala. The samosas are pretty good too. They also have some shit called biryani. It's kind of like fried rice, kind of. It's pretty good. I don't like all their food, but some of it's okay. Pero puro base. If this shit goes the wrong way, it is gonna be puro base in a bad way. But yeah, man, just be on the lookout for that. On the news front, you're probably gonna be seeing a lot about it on the news more recently. But yeah, it's not a good situation. Like I said, I don't think it's going to turn into a nuclear situation, but I think it's going to be more of a war situation, but with two nuclear powers fighting each other. Who's to say that once one government feels that they're not going to win, they're not going to push that button? That's the scary part. And who's to say that you know the side they push the button on is the side that the U.S. is backing up? You feel me? So yeah, man, it won't be good. So yeah, nuclear bombs are not a thing to play with, man. That's for sure. It's funny because I watched a documentary on Netflix about the history of the nuclear bomb recently, actually. And one thing I didn't know, I don't know if you guys knew this. Well, if you know your history, the only nuclear bomb we've ever thrown was in 1945, which was the one in Hiroshima and the one in Nagasaki. And I didn't know that Harry S. Truman, who was the president at the time, you got to remember Harry Truman took over because Franklin D. Roosevelt died while he was in office before the war ended. And Harry S. Truman, even though he ordered the bombing of Nagasaki and Hiroshima, when he seen the consequences of what those bombs can do to cities and how many people get killed, it scared the shit out of him. And he never wanted to use those weapons again. You know what I mean? Hence why he never bombed any more cities. He didn't want that on his conscience. So even a hardcore person like Harry S. Truman was scared of nuclear weapons, even though he ordered the first two nuclear strikes ever. So yeah, man. I seen that shit happen with Assad dropping nuclear bombs. Assad, he never dropped nuclear bombs, did he? I know that there's not a lot of countries that have nuclear weapons, um, but there are a few for sure. A lot of European countries have them. Uh, Israel has them. Pakistan and India have them. The U.S. and Russia and China have them. So yeah, for sure. But yeah, man, curry carne asada. Aren't they? Aren't they not allowed to eat meat or something like that? I haven't better check that in. Chemical weapons. What with curry? So yeah, man. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. Hey, I want to talk about you guys. To you guys, have you guys ever had like a fatigue? Like got fatigued really bad, like just bad, bro. Yesterday, God, I got fatigued so bad yesterday. You know what I mean? Because I had work. I had went almost 7 days without a day off, doing music, working DoorDash, and just working a lot, bro. And I noticed yesterday I was gonna take a day off, and I decided to go to work. I don't know why. If I had already made hella money, and then when I went out, I went and did my mile walk that I usually do, and then when I was doing, I did like 5 deliveries because I got some pretty good ones, good paying ones, and then on my fifth delivery when I was going to deliver it, um, fuck, I started like kind of getting confused of where I was at. Then I started getting just dizzy and tired. Like, what the fuck? What the hell's happening? And I just went and did the delivery, kind of shook it off, and then I said, you know what, I'm going home. I went home. Fuck, I knocked out. And I must have slept for like 10 hours, bro. I still feel a little woozy. But was I dehydrated? Was I, you know what I mean? Was I just tired? I don't know what it was. I'm not diabetic, bro. Thank God. But I got to go get myself checked soon. But yeah, I think I was just tired, bro. I didn't get a good day off, and I was just I didn't sleep well for a couple nights. I kept waking up, so I had a little bit of sleep deprivation, a little bit. So even though I had slept yesterday, I slept pretty good, but it was just like I was just tired. Like my body just needed a day to rest, bro. So today I didn't work or anything. I just chilled at the house all day, just relaxed. Yeah, but yeah, I gotta go get myself checked for diabetes again. I got checked and I didn't have it, thank God. Even though I am kind of fat, but I don't have it. So at least that I know of. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Chris. I did a lot of music stuff because it was Cinco de Mayo. We were really busy all the way until Monday. I didn't get really a day to just rest, and I kept like, I kept waking up, like I would go to sleep, and then uh, I kept waking up, and like I wasn't sleeping well those days that I worked really hard, and like yesterday, like I said, I slept pretty good, and then and then I got that that feeling. Well, after I took a mile walk yesterday, I took a mile walk and it just got me tired for some weird reason. And I went to work after that, and from then on, I just couldn't shake off that tired feeling. You know? Yeah, I used to date. I dated an Indian chick for like 10 years almost. Yep. But yeah, that's what happened to me yesterday. And I was just tired. I guess I just need a day off. You know what I mean? And I'm not rooting for anybody. I'm just hopefully it doesn't escalate into something retarded. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? KJ. Not that, sir. I was just tired, bro. sleep deprivation, maybe. There was a few things. Who boned who? Uncle Dave, who you bone? But yeah, man. Pakis are like, I always thought Pakistanis are more like Indians. That's what I was told. I don't know. I've never met a lot of Pakistanis. I have a lot of friends from Iran, and I know they get mad if you call them Arabs because it tastes like curry. The only thing that I could say about curry was my ex girlfriend. Like there were times, not always, but there were times like where her clothes kind of smelled like curry a little bit, or like uh, kind of smelled like that spice they use for curry a little bit. It wasn't like a smell that would like it was gross. I could just kind of smell it from time to time, not always, just from time to time. I could smell it on her clothes sometimes. I'm pretty sure Mexican food probably sticks on our clothes sometimes when we cook it at home. So who knows? You know, maybe some of the chiles we cook. But yeah, sometimes like I could smell like a little bit of that like kind of curry smell on her clothes. Her period. No, she had that too. Like tea, like chai. Is that what they drink a lot? But yeah, it's just I'm just letting you guys know, bro. It's a messed up situation what's going on over there, and we'll see where it goes. But let's talk another thing. So what's up, man? Who can tell me about all this mess on the YouTube Yarda? Let's talk about the YouTube Yarda for a minute. What's up, Dubad? What's up, dude? Beezy, Big Pimpin', Uncle Dave's here. Honey Monday. What's up, Julio? But what's up with the YouTube Yarda? Maybe Uncle Dave or somebody could tell me a little bit what's going on. So what's up with doves? I keep hearing like a lot of channels making videos about doves, and I was kind of busy, so I haven't been able to watch a lot of it. But I guess the little bit I was able to get from it was that some what's up? Oh shit, the Gooch is here. Goocher. What's up, Gooch? The little bit I could get from it was that somebody on the inside, uh, uh, somebody on the inside, I guess says something about doves debriefed or something, and people are making a bunch of videos about it on on uh, on here. So hey, Uncle Dave, can you break down if you know on the comments what happened? Why is everyone on doves right now? I heard it was something that some dude, a white dude or something like that, who's in the inside in the pen, said something about him that he debriefed or something like that, or dropout or whatever those those terms that they use. And a bunch of people are making videos about him. But you know me, bro. I don't really care either way what happened. You know what I mean? Or who claimed what, or who dropped out from what, or who used to be. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean anything to me. You know what I mean? Um, my take on a lot of these prison channels, I look at it like this, and this isn't against Dubs or anybody else. And my thing is that I'm not against prison channels per se. To me, it's like with like anything, they all have a lane. You know what I mean? kind of like gangster rap. I've said it before. I'm not a big fan of gangster rap per se anymore, but I'm not a big fan of censoring it either. I think it all has a lane, but I just don't like when things kind of become the norm and people try to push that that's the way things should be. I think that's BS when you try to box things in. Kind of like what happened to rap. You know what I mean? Um, when like what happened to rap? Rap used to be a thing about art and skill and rapping and rhyming, and then it became a thing of, well, now you have to be a criminal. Now you have to portray yourself as a killer to be the realest rapper. And it's like, just sucks that it got boxed into that category. And I kind of look at prison channels the same way. I don't necessarily think they should be um, censored, but at the same time, they shouldn't be pushed either. You know, and you know, when prison channels first came out, I think um, I think they were pretty chill at first. You know what I mean? I think a lot of them were talking about like the consequences of that lifestyle and what it entails. No one was making like a big deal about it or trying to glorify it, um, but I think eventually it became a thing of people glorifying it and and people trying to act like they're part of something still, even though they're not. And to me, the real question is like if you did, I don't like to use these terms, but if you did so-called drop out or leave it behind or turn your back on it, and why are you still trying to portray like you're part of it or you're trying to glorify what you were when it doesn't really matter what you were a part of. What really should matter is what you're doing now and what are you doing to change that mentality and change people from going down that route. That's what it should be about. I have no problem people talking about prison or war stories, but it's just like if you were part of that lifestyle and you left it, then you should have left it behind. You know, instead of, you know, and I'm not saying this about Dubs or any particular person. I'm just saying in general, instead of acting like, oh, I'm hard. I used to be hard. I used to be a this. I used to be a that. And I'm 10 toes down and I got to prove what I was. It's like, no, you don't. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? And I agree, Gooch. But at the same time, like I said, I don't agree with censorship, but I agree. Leave it in the past. You know, if you really want to talk about the war stories, fine. But I don't get this whole thing about like I was this, I was that. I'm not a DO. I'm not a dropout. I didn't walk away. I'm this. I'm that. It's like who cares? And it's the ego of a lot of these people. That's why they get so angry when people call them out, or when that's why they crash out when people call them out or expose them, because it's the ego. And that's another thing that you need to learn to get rid of is your ego, because when you have ego, it's going to be easy to attack you because that's the first thing people are going to attack is your ego. You know, and I know it sucks, but you know, it's just like I don't know. Sometimes one of the reasons I stepped away from associating with a lot of channels out there is because of that. Because I started seeing things I didn't like, and I thought some of these people were gonna go a better route, and it seemed like a lot of people started going the glorification route. You know, arguing and bickering, acting like they're in high school, and it's like really, you know what I mean? It's like I left high school, what, 1996? I sure as hell ain't in high school no more. If he did other content, it would be better shit. True. I agree. I think a lot of these guys would probably do a lot of good content outside of the prison thing. You know? Dirty Sanchez. But I don't know. I just don't understand this thing about like if you're not in it no more, and especially if you turned your back on it for good. Why are you still trying to portray yourself as you are? And again, I'm not talking about to Dubs or to anyone in particular. I'm saying in general, as a general rule. Yeah, you want to say war stories or whatever, fine, but just don't act like, you know, oh, I was part of this, or act like you're still a part of it, or act like, oh, okay, killer, we understand. You feel me? Okay, cool. Now what? Where do we go from here? How do we improve life for younger Rasa from here on out? How do we prevent the glorification of prison, gangs, and drugs and bullshit to our youth? How are we going to make better men? You know what I mean? In our community. But, you know, I guess I'm in the minority of thinking that. You feel me? I'm the bad guy. I always say that. I'm the bad guy because I question it. Ran YGC. You knew Dave back in the days, do bad? Damn, in 92, I was 92, I was like 14, I think. 14 or, yeah, I think I was 14. Was I? Yeah, I think I was 14 going on 15, I think. I was a little kid. Dubad was pimping in 92. He was pimping out the jungle, Marin City. But yeah, man, I guess right now there's this whole thing against Dubs. They're trying to cancel Dubs, and I'm not exactly sure why. I don't really know, but uh, but it is what it is, man. I guess a lot of this glorification of jail and egos is what causes this, and it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I'm just speaking on it because I've heard it. I hear everybody speaking on it. Even American Cholo, the Hondureño, was speaking on it. Feel me? And now they're trying to cancel him again, I guess. You know, and yeah, like just some of the things that I seen. Like I said, oh shit, what's up, Marijuano? How you been, fool? Damn, I haven't seen you on here in a minute. Hopefully you're doing good. Reaction video. But yeah, it's just like I don't know, man. I just look at it like this. I'm not against prison channels. I'm not against people to do content about prison at all. I don't believe in censorship, but you know, it's just like I said, the ego and the glorification that bothers me. You know what I mean? When it shouldn't have to be that. It should be like I left that lifestyle behind. These are my stories. These is what could happen to you, and just take it as you want. That's it. That's how it should be. But try convincing other people that, I guess. But anyway, yeah, that's basically what I had to say today. The war is at shit. The world is at shit right now because India and Pakistan might go to war. Two nuclear nations. And like I said earlier, um, you already know the U.S. and Russia and China might get involved in this one. And that's not good. So we talked about that. We talked about fatigue. Man, take a day off, man. If you're working too hard, trust me, take a day off because yesterday kicked my ass. That's why I took a day off today. And, talked a little bit about this Dove situation, prison channel situation, my 2 cents on it. And it is what it is, man. But I guess it's never going to change. The doors have been open for that. I always trip out, Jay Fine. I'm talking about the mafia and the Southside politics. If he really about change, how to use, he wouldn't be talking about. Yeah, I mean, that's about all of that. I agree. I think if some prison channels start off that way, but then they lose themselves. I mean, look at American Cholo. He started out pretty chill, and then he started going the Rasa route, and then he went full on Sudango next day. So, And he's what, like 50 years old? So who knows, bro? Maybe it's part of a bigger plan, I guess. They're all full of it. Puro bears! They're all full of puro base. Yeah, basically. Hoodstucks. I haven't seen him in a while. Is he still around? I haven't seen his channel in a while. You got the other fool. What's his name? The Haters World. He does this stuff too, but he's another one who glorifies it. You know what I mean? So, I get that his lane is starting shit and talking bad to people and making videos exposing people, but for more viewers. Yeah, I mean, because people like drama, bro. Unfortunately, that is true. Drama sells. Kind of like they say sex sells. Well, I could tell you that drama sells. For sure. But yeah, man. Hold on, sorry. But yeah, man. You seen Blue Devil get old reaction video about children of violence? I think I seen it. I think I did see. He was like talking shit about it, right? I seen it a while ago. But of course he is. He's biased as fuck against anything up north. I think I've even heard him say that he don't even like civilians from up north. Like, bro, you're fucking retarded. Mental issues, bro. It's like, I don't know. I am drinking water. I got water right here. So it's like, I don't know. I could have sworn I heard him say one time that he didn't like anyone from up north, including civilians or something like that. I could be wrong. I'm not putting words in his mouth, but I could have sworn I heard him say that once. But I could be wrong. Which, if you even hate people that are civilians from up north, like, you got some serious mental issues, son. Something on the hate north of the Cali bandwagon. Oh, yeah. It's been like that. And again, it's more pushing of this north and south hatred, which is retarded. Completely retarded. Hit 7, get it, got it right. Got that right. Got that right. Crash outs for sure. I hate everyone equally. We're talking about all kinds of things, Joe Mama. I started out the live with the potential war with Pakistan and India, which is not good because it's going to be they're two nuclear nations. And I talked about, and the U.S. could get involved, I'm sure. And I think, and I talked about fatigue because I was really fatigued yesterday. So be sure to take at least one day off to rest. And then we were talking about the whole Dove situation and prison tunnels. And right now we're just kind of opening up the board to whatever. He's from Santa Barbara, isn't he? Is that the Central Coast or is that Southern California? Like I've been up there. I've been to Santa Barbara. I've been to Lompoc. I've been to San Luis Obispo. I've passed through those it's fatigue because of fat. It's not that, bro. So, Mama, it's the point is that Pakistan and India are nuclear nations, and you already know that the U.S. and Russia or China might get involved. Lefty gunplay. Blue Devil was on a bus around. Oh yeah, I seen that. Yeah, he was. Yeah, Uncle Dave, but you don't get my point. It's not that we got to worry about us. It's about we're going to get involved in it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Whether we like it or not, our government is going to get involved in that, get us involved in it. My chick in Columbia Squad Tag Team. But I will say the North and South coming together in the pen is a lot more better than killing each other. Well, yeah. Yeah, man, that North South stuff is so retarded, bro, at this point. It's like people have been fighting over that bullshit for years. It's like, it's time for Rasa to start thinking new ways, man. Fools just don't get it. Take the fade. Yeah, fuck it. Let the India and Pakistan president put the boxing gloves on. It is a dick measuring competition. Let's be real. That's all it is. Tell Uncle Dave to pick me up. Where at? Let's go. Yeah, man. Let the power hungry leaders catch the fades. Exactly. They want everybody else to die for them, but they won't do it themselves. They want to start wars, but they want all the youth to go die for them. Take you to the blade. You get a midget hooker. Trump is shine bomb. That's another thing. If Trump keeps fucking around with Mexico, I really believe Mexico is gonna ally with China, bro. I kind of have a weird feeling about that. Nah, I can't drop a link right now. I can't be loud right now, bro. Sorry. I would, but everyone's asleep right now here at the house. Little Gooch. What's up, Gooch? El Goocher. What's up? What panel are you on now? You want to hold no legs. Good Lord. Watch Rap Street Park. They reported that there are no down there. I know. I would open up a panel, bro, but I can't right now, bro. I just can't. She needs those. It could happen. I don't know. I could be wrong, but it could. It's just gonna be loud. Trust me, bro. I can't do it right now. I would, but I would love to, bro. But I gotta start doing these lives in my garage again. It's just my garage is all fucked up right now. Nah. It's just like there's other people asleep right now here at the house, bro. I can't be hella loud and shit. Cause then I start getting loud. So I'm not trying to be rude or nothing, bro. It's just I would love to do a panel for sure. It just sucks. A woman with no legs. That fool's trying to be like wasn't there a movie where a dude was messing around with a girl with no legs? Probably. Nah, bro. Yeah, that was dope. I want to do that again for sure. Maybe the next live I do, we'll do a panel. I'll do it in another room. I'll try to maybe set up an area in the garage. I can be loud as fuck in the garage. I just can't do it right now, bro. Unfortunately, because people are asleep. There's a baby next to me, so. you know. Miners, all gavitas. Guess the U.S. buys from China is going to end up in Mexico, and Mexico are going to do business. Could be. That's my vibrator. I know homie Andy's live. It shut down. I can put his link. Hey, Chris Grima, let him know in the comments about your lives. So Chris Grima is doing lives now too. Dave and Joe Mama and Rasa Business and Shortcuts. Everybody, you guys should check out his lives. He does panels too. I was on his panel the other night. But check out Chris Grima's channel. If you want to leave a link in the comments to your channel, bro, or to anything, just go ahead. But yeah, check out his Chris Grima. Right there, you see his channel. But if you want to leave a link or something, Chris, leave it. Yeah, he does lives. I sent you a link the other night. He does them with Doobad. Thanks, Raider Rich. Real ID. I don't have my real ID yet either. Shit, you should do a live tonight, Chris. Do a panel. When I get off. Yeah, but go support Chris. Sub to his channel. So yeah, he does live from time to time. I'm not sure what days he does lives, but let him know in the comments, Chris. Well, what days do you do live? When can they look out for your lives? He does panels, and he be with Doobad and other folks on there. The last day of what? Yeah, but I was so tired yesterday, man. I'm telling you, I was tired. I had like straight fatigue. Thanks, Goose. Doobad, my partner. Live freestyle, different topics, react to music. So was the night, man. We can do one on Monday if you're free. Yeah, just invite people. Joe Mama. Where is Uncle Gabe? What are you doing tonight, fool? I'm not working DoorDash, so I can't deliver anything to you tonight. I took a day off, bro. I needed a day of rest. Today was my day of rest. Andy Cruz, suburb, he does panels. All right. But yeah, remember to have y'all hoes and get their real IDs so they can fly to other states. Uncle Dave is a real life Grand Theft Auto. Where are you at tonight, Uncle Dave? Oh yeah, I've had car issues before. I mean, it does do wear and tear on your car for sure. Nah, I've never stole work. I never stole food. It's not worth it, bro. The only time I've ever kept food was a couple of times where I was doing a delivery and the order was canceled. So DoorDash just said, keep the food. Oh, okay. One time I kept some chicken tikka masala. Another time I got an order from Wendy's one time. I got a burger from Wendy's, like one of the Baconators. So I got to eat that for free. Uh, and I kept the order one. Oh, there was this black dude I used to deliver to, and because I remember him, I delivered to him a few times, and I guess he moved to another state, and he forgot to change the information on his app, so he did an order, and I went to I tried the Incredible Whopper before. I sometimes I eat the Harvester at Nations when I don't feel like eating meat late at night. Um, and I went to his house, and I guess he called. And I put on the thing, "Hey, I'm here at your house," because his door had a passcode to get into his apartment. And I hit him up on the text. I say, "Hey, I'm in the front of your building. Come pick up your order." And he called me. He's like, "Oh shit, you delivered it to the Richmond address?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's the address I have on here, bro." And and uh, and he told me I live in Michigan now. I'm like, "Oh shit, bro." I said, "Well, let me call fucking DoorDash and tell them that." And they canceled the order, and I kept the food. It was from Taco Bell. Cockinator, this fool. You should do a live tonight, Chris. Get everybody from this live to your live. I could get off early. I don't care. Uncle Dave, I'll tap in over there. Maybe I could go in my car and I could get on the panel with you guys. Gooch can go over there too. Everybody could go over there. But yeah, I don't steal people's foods, bro. That's not worth it, bro, because you get in trouble for that. I'm not trying to lose my account over some dumb shit. So only time I've ever kept food is when the order was canceled. That's it. Other than that, I don't fuck with people's food. I give them their food. There you go. Have a nice day. I want my money, bro. Money's more important to me than dumb shit. On the East Coast panel. Yeah, man. So I don't play that stealing people's foods or tampering with people's foods. I'm cool. I'd rather get money, bro, than fuck around. Chris sends cat videos. But yeah, man. Thank God that I hadn't had crazy deliveries yet. The only time I've only had two weird situations. One that I told you guys about where some weird J-Cat lady came and started harassing me. And then one time a drunk lady came out, but she was being cool. She was just drunk as fuck. And then another time, this black dude came out, like, flexed on me. And I'm like, "Dude, I'm here to do a DoorDash delivery." Like, "Oh, my bad." No, not that one, bro. There was another one. Yeah, do it live, Chris. You know what I mean? Because I'm about to get off soon. Probably in about 5 more minutes, I'll get off. Bean's channel still around? I haven't been on his channel in a long time. Yeah, I didn't even know they do those lives anymore. I don't know if I'm sub to them or not, but I haven't tapped into them in hella long. I remember like probably like 3 weeks ago, I I went to deliver in El Sobrante, and and the house was empty. There was no shades in the house. You could see right through it. It was empty. It was a desolate house. I'm like, what the fuck? And I even double checked the app. I'm at the right house, and it was the same address. Luckily, the address was right there. I just left the food there. This is where they wanted it. Took the picture, cut. Yeah, I'm about to get off in a minute, bro. Probably like 5 more minutes, I'll get off. I was like, that's weird. And then I had to bust a U-turn. And when I came back, I noticed the food wasn't there anymore. So I was like, there must be some dude staying there. Maybe it's a squatter or something. But it was the right address. But it was empty. It was a big ass house too, and it was empty, bro. You could see right through it because the windows didn't have curtains or nothing. I was like, this is weird. I just left it, took the picture, I cut. Someone was there, obviously, because like I said, to get out of that street, I had to bust a U-turn, and I came back, and I noticed the food wasn't there anymore. So someone was there, probably watching me the whole time, weirdo. Some people tip well. I get, some. There's some cheap asses, but there's some people they tip pretty good. Sometimes people give me cash tips. Like sometimes the customer will come out and give me like a 5 or a 10. So it's happened. But a lot of times I don't even see the people. I don't really even see the customers. And then a lot of deliveries, bro, it's like I don't even see the cut. I just drop the delivery off and I cut. Only once in a great, I will say, in a work day, I might see maybe 2 or 3 customers tops. Puro Dave. Dude, Beasley the pimp. They got more than the tip. You should stay and stare one time. Puro businessman. Aren't you from San Diego, businessman? If I remember right. But yeah. So I'm about to tap out in a minute. Hopefully, Chris Grimes does his live over there. You guys could do panels and be loud over there. Oh, San Pablo, California. My bad. I got confused with someone else. Sorry. I think there was a dude from San Diego that had a similar name that used to come on here. I'll try to do a panel the next time I'm in, bro. But I just I can't be loud. If I do a panel, I start getting loud and we're talking over each other. You know how it goes. Yeah, man. Hey, did you go to the Richmond Cinco de Mayo event this year? I didn't get to go. I was busy. Oh yeah, my mom's from Tijuana, from Tijuas, from La Zona Norte. I haven't been to Tijuana in a minute. I want to go out there. Well, I'm not that loud. I'm kind of controlling my voice, but I get louder. I know I'm being a puss, but I just can't do it right now, bro. Next time for sure we'll do one. No thanks. At Safeway. Which one? You at the one? You at the one in Terra Linda, Cuddy? Terra Linda. Is that one even 24 hours anymore? I remember when the cops robbed me in TJ. Terra Linda, yeah, I know that Safeway. I've been there before. It used to be 24 hours because I remember one time I kicked it at a homie's house out there. And we kicked it late night, and we went there to get some stuff late at night. Some stuff to eat. We bought like some sandwiches and chips and stuff and brought it back. We went there. Like Gooch. Where's Gooch? Is he on there? I'm surprised him and Timo ain't fighting. All right, y'all. Well, I'm about to tap out. Like I said, I'm condoms. You go to Safeway to get condoms? Good lord. Putting on glitter. I want to see Timo and Gooch catch a fade. That shit would be hilarious. Party and Dave. Well, y'all, I'm about to tap out. Like I said, hey, Chris is gonna do a live. Go over there to his channel. He does a panel. You guys can talk shit about me all you want. I don't care. But hey, businessman, go check out my boy Chris Grima's channel. He's gonna do a live right now, and you guys can go panel over there. You guys can talk crap about me. Ron Garcia, all of you guys, go over there, Joe Mama, and you guys can say all the bad things you want about me. But hey, y'all, I'm gonna tap out. This was Live with Jay number 112. You know, I had to do one. We could go over there and talk about egg rolls, all that stuff. But all right, Duvan, Joe Mama, Ron Garcia, businessman, shortcuts, Chris Grima. Go out and check Chris Grima's channel. He's gonna do a live right now. All of you guys go over there, and yeah, man. Hopefully, the situations in the world don't get worse than they already are. That's all I'm saying. Remember, I said that. You feel me? Hopefully, this whole Pakistan India thing don't get out of hand. You know what I mean? What I was talking about earlier. And yeah, man, just keep supporting, keep liking, let people know about my channel, and you know, I'm gonna go over there to Chris' channel, and I'll talk to you guys later. All right, y'all. Later.